Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Prediction Show. As you can see, we're at St James's Park for what is going to be an incredible atmosphere. Supercharged, even more so than usual because of the context around this game. Alexander Isak currently involved in a standoff with his own club because the team that Newcastle are facing on Monday night want to sign him. It's all set up, isn't it, for a special fixture. Let's hope it doesn't disappoint. And I've put together a couple of selections, sensible selections, as you'll see in a moment when we dig into the data. In this video, we're going to be using the player props tool. We're going to go over some team news and we are going to make some predictions, of course. Now, speaking of predictions, here is the winner of OddAlerts Pro from the previous video. Well done to you, because you have correctly guessed a 2-0 Tottenham away win. Now, I must say that usually this thing is completely randomized, but for this one it wasn't, and I have no shame in saying that. I checked the comments manually and picked the only person that actually said 2-0 to Tottenham. So well done to you. I think you deserve it. You've just won access to the in-play scanner. You've just won access to value bets, foul alerts, player prop tools, and much more. Quick filtering as well. The trends section, and of course the ability to set alerts on thousands of games using the website. So I will be in touch with you, and I hope you enjoy OddAlerts Pro, and the same goes for you watching this video. If you want the chance to win, just add your predictions for Newcastle against Liverpool. And now, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I wanted to do this video a little bit early, or as early as I could, because I believe that the prices that I've found for a certain player, anyway, for one player, is remarkable. So we will get to that, and I hope you agree with me, and I think you will when you see the price for a single foul from this player. There's going to be a lot of fouls in this game. That midfield three of Newcastle, Guimaraes, Tonali and Joe Linton, are going to be right up for it, to say the least. This is, of course, a repeat of the Carabao Cup final, revenge on the cards for Liverpool, and it's the first home game for Newcastle, so it's going to be extra loud, as it always is. But of course, as I mentioned in the intro, there is that extra spice that's been added because of Alexander Isak and the current situation there. Now on to a bit of team news, and Jeremy Frimpong is of course out for this one. He's going to be out until after the international break, which leaves a space at right back. Joe Gomez did feature in the previous game, but if I'm honest, I don't think he'll start this game. Conor Bradley's still not ready. I think the most likely player that slots in here is Szoboszlai, because Gravenberch is coming back into the side. I think Szoboszlai will go right back. He's got a good engine to get up and down like Frimpong. He knows the role. He knows that kind of inside channel of the pitch as well. And McAllister and Gravenberch should be the pivot in midfield. Now a word on Newcastle as well. I thought they played very well, actually, against Aston Villa, but they just didn't have anybody that could put the ball in the back of the net, because he doesn't want to play for them anymore. He only wants Liverpool. Anthony Gordon had a few chances, and I think he's a good option for a shot on target again, as he will be playing through the middle. Jacob Murphy is a new signing from Aston Villa. He will be on the bench, you expect. Wouldn't expect him to come straight into a game of this magnitude. Aaron Ramsdale started on the bench in the previous game, and again, I would expect that to continue. So we are going to use the player props tool for this one, just to check out the last 15 games worth of data. And what we do is just start to search Liverpool. We can see Liverpool-Arsenal is upcoming. That's going to be a good game, isn't it? Newcastle against Liverpool. Alexander Isak, unfortunately for Newcastle, at the top of the pile there. Last 15 games, if we again look at goals, we see Cody Gakpo with 0.5 per game. Harvey Elliott up there as well. A lot of goals through substitute appearances. Of course, his exploits for England in the Euros is included in that. Let's look at fouls, shall we? Bruno Guimaraes, Joe Linton, Ekitike will not include Besiktas because he's not going to play, is he? Shah, McAllister. So out of these players, which are you feeling for a foul? Bruno Guimaraes is a good one, of course. Joe Linton, the odds will be terrible. We will take a look. Hugo Ekitike as the pressing forward, foul and shot on target. He's committed 21 fouls in his last 14 starts. Now, if you are looking at shot markets, we can again see Isak at the top of the pile. 47 shots in his last 15 games. Ekitike not far behind. You can see why Newcastle wanted him, and what a story that would be if Ekitike can continue his scoring run and get a goal at St James's Park. Gakpo has been in fine form as well from the left-hand side. 33 shots in 14 games. Mo Salah with 31. Slipping down the rankings, he's usually top of the pile. And I think this season he won't score as many goals. I don't think he will. They'll be spread out across that Liverpool front 4 or 5 players. Harvey Barnes, an interesting option as well. 30 shots in his last 14 games. Harvey Elliott. Fabian Schär with 25 shots in his last 14 starts. Just making sure we are looking at shots here. So that might be worth a look for a single. We'll take a look at that when we jump to Bet365. Now we're going to jump to the website, because what you can do on Odd Alerts is look at the last 25 games worth of data. And then we're looking at overall form here. We can see Liverpool have scored more goals. 58 during that period compared to 44 for Newcastle. If we toggle to home form and away form, however, Newcastle do edge it, and Liverpool have scored in every single away game during that period. Clean sheet percentage just under 40% for both of these teams. And what I wanted to show you is actually the opponents being booked. So at St James's Park, their opponents have averaged 3.07 cards per game. Keep that in mind as we build our selections. Now, it is worth noting that Liverpool, 54% of those games have seen them pick up a card away from home. They are pretty well disciplined, but of course, this is not your average game. I think this game will be supercharged. And just quickly, the referee is Simon Hooper, who in last season's Premier League produced 4.76 cards per game, 1.76 first half cards, and a huge difference in the amount of cards produced in the second half, which is, you know, usual for a referee, but that is a high average for second half cards, 3.38. And he booked both teams in 21 out of 21. And again, remember that, because I'm going to show you my first selection now. So here is the first selection, 3.2. And this is the reason for me wanting to actually get this video out as soon as possible. I started to record it on Saturday night, finishing it on Sunday morning. Kerkez to commit a foul, both teams to receive a card, and Anthony Gordon to have a shot on target. The Kerkez foul is 1.72. Now, Robertson foul is even higher at over even. So regardless of who starts there at left back, you can maybe put this on closer to the game once you know the teams, but I believe Kerkez will still start because Elanga is a pretty quick customer and Kerkez has a lot more pace, shall we say, than Andy Robertson. But 1.72 for Kerkez to commit a foul. That's, I feel, an unbelievable price given some of the players on the pitch in this game, and also given how he played against Bournemouth, which should have been a routine game for Liverpool, which they let slip until the last sort of 15 minutes. So Kerkez 1.72 to commit a foul, I thought was amazing. Both teams to receive a card, and then Anthony Gordon, who will be playing through the middle, to have a shot on target, 3.2. That is my first selection, and remember, get yours in the comments if you want that chance to win Odd Alerts Pro. Here's the second selection then, and I'll just talk you through it. So as we saw on the previous screen when we were looking at the website, Newcastle's opponents booked on average 3.07 times. Now, yes, Liverpool have received a card in just over 50% of away games across that 25-game period, but I don't think it's every week you play at St James's Park. For many reasons, this game is going to be heated, and I think, as we saw with Simon Hooper's data, both teams will be booked. And can Liverpool get more than one card? Absolutely, especially if they're winning this game, or if they're trying to hold on to this game, the cards will come out. BTTS to land, well, 12 of the last 15 competitive games for Liverpool have ended with BTTS landing. They are conceding goals at the moment, that is for sure, especially on the break. And when you play Newcastle, who have Gordon, Barnes, and now Elanga, who is absolutely rapid, and throw into the mix the whole right-back situation for Liverpool, I think we're going to see both teams finding the back of the net. And then finally, Wirtz to have a shot on target rounds this up to 3s. Let me know what you think about this one in the comments and get your predictions in there as well. And finally, a word on FPL. Is it inevitable that those who have captained Salah will have the last laugh this weekend? The most popular captains this weekend have not really delivered. Certainly Haaland did not. João Pedro, though, fair play if you had him and captained him, but Mo Salah, a lot of FPL players will be patiently waiting for him to deliver in this one. Can't wait to read your predictions in the comments, and you'll automatically be entered into a draw to win OddAlerts Pro, of course, just like the user at the start of the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.